All right, let's go get the backhoe. Okay, this is about my 5th attempt at cranking the backhoe. The genius that put this in last time said, oh, it's a good idea to extend the boom, and I agree with that. The problem is he put the boom right in the middle between that pole and that pole. And the battery's dead, so I can't drive my truck in here to jump off the battery. So I brought a generator. I'm going to plug the generator up to the battery charger and try and jump off the battery like that. I charged the battery overnight and that didn't work, so I'm just going to put it on super duper Superman fast charge right there. See if we can get it to go. So here we go. Okay, I got the backhoe crank. I want to show you one of the problems. One Sunday, somebody stole the battery out of the backhoe. And I'm not sure it was stolen. I think a well-meaning neighbor borrowed it to do something else. Anyhow, I didn't get the battery back. So I had to do some work with the backhoe. So I went uptown, and the only place that had a battery was AutoZone. And they don't have heavy equipment batteries. So I bought this. That's a automotive battery, which is not made for heavy equipment. Let's turn that off. Now you can hear me. Automotive battery is not made for heavy equipment. So I've had a really hard time cranking the backhoe. Anyhow, on my 6th attempt and a whole lot of cursing, it finally cranked. So let's get to work. Okay, here's why nothing's ever easy. The backhoe died last night, so we stopped for the night. We trying to jump it off again. Went to plug the battery charger back up, and this broke off. So now we have to fix that. That's why it's impossible to get anything done. So let's get it fixed. All right, that's what it looks like when you're done. Now let me make a point. If you're gonna buy a battery charger, don't buy this junk. This is what they sell at Walmart. Buy something decent. I'll put a link to one in the description of the video. All right, so this is fixed. Let's check the other one. It don't look too good. It's gonna have to be fixed pretty soon, but we're gonna try and use it today. So let's see if we can get this thing cranked. Crank generator. This is why we like Honda products. They crank every time, first try. Never miss a beat. You need to relax.
Focus.
All right, so we got to put some hydraulic fluid in the backhoe. That's the next challenge. So let's get to it. Okay, let's see if you can see it. That's what you're looking for, fluid to be halfway up on that glass. Actually, we probably could use a little bit more. We're at the min point. It's supposed to be halfway between min and max. So I'm gonna put just a bit more in there. Okay, back to it. So earlier I showed you the oil level indicator. I hope you can see it. The fluid level was down at the min line. I had to put in some more. It should be halfway between the min and max. This is a Caterpillar backhoe. What we're doing today is running electricity from the shop over to that pole. So first thing you do, always call 811, have them come mark your lines. Don't dig before you have them mark your lines. I want to make a point about something here. We got our pipe laid out, and I could swear that I bought enough pipe because I measured it. I measured the distance from that pole all the way to the shop. I even measured the vertical pieces there and the vertical piece there from the ground up to the box. And I was still one piece of pipe short. So always buy 2 extra pieces. A lot of people say when you go somewhere to buy stuff, if you're going to be working outdoors away from the hardware store, if you're going to be working on Sunday, most people say buy 1 extra. I say buy 2 extra because you can always take it back. But on Sunday, if you need something and you've only got Saturday and Sunday to work on it and you don't have the one thing you need, then you've wasted a weekend. Luckily, my stepbrother who lives next door had this white piece in his shop, so he saved the day. So anyhow, always buy extra. Don't make my mistake, or I learned from my mistake. Okay, my camera died, so I missed something I wanted to show you guys. I want to show you how you put cable through all this conduit. We had to stop temporarily. The backhoe got too hot. It's only 105 degrees in Mississippi. This thick piece of pipe is going right under the driveway. You can see there's a driveway through here. We're putting the extra thick pipe through the driveway, and I know somebody's going to say, hey, you didn't seal up this pipe completely. You don't have to. In fact, a lot of people run electric line like this. This is sealed line. They run it without putting it in conduit. We put it in conduit just to be sure because we drive tractors and heavy equipment through this area all the time. But I'm putting this big, thick piece of pipe through. This is really tough to cut through even with a backhoe. So if somebody's driving through here and they're dragging the boom on the backhoe and they hit it, they'll hit the pipe instead of cutting my line. But we got all the line run through the conduit. So I wanted to show you the right way to run line through this electric rated PVC pipe. Don't use duct tape, okay? Use electrical tape because it has a nice slick surface. The way you do it is you bunch all your lines together. You start at the top and make sure you wrap around all the pointy edges of the metal that could stick out. And once you get it all wrapped up, wrap it for 8 inches or a foot. Coat your line with dish detergent, and you coat the opening in your pipe right there with dish detergent as well. And if you notice, this pipe is flanged. You see that end? Now let's go down and look at this end. See how this end is wider? So it's sort of a tongue and groove type thing. That slides into that. So you put your electric line into the flanged end, but you coat the end of it with dish detergent to slick it up really good. And you can get something called cable wax that's made for this. You can buy it at Lowe's, Home Depot, just about any hardware store. Now I want to make a point. If you're going to buy detergent to put on a line, buy this, okay? Don't buy this. This is the good stuff, okay? This is good quality detergent. If you get hydraulic grease, or hydraulic fluid or grease on you, use something like this. This is good quality detergent. I'll put a link, an Amazon link to it in the description. You can buy that at any grocery store. If you're getting something just to run cable or just to do some outside jobs, just buy some cheap Ajax. Ajax is not nearly as good a quality as Dawn. And I'm not trying to knock on Ajax, I'm just making a point. This is much better. But so I bought a $1 bottle of this, and I use this to coat my cable to run it through that conduit. So anyhow, we're going to crank up now, finish digging this trench, and there's what the trench looks like. It's supposed to be about a foot deep. You know, some electric companies will say a foot, some will say 18. Most electricians only run it 6 to 8 inches deep. We're digging it a foot just to be sure we have plenty of room. And we're going to finish digging this and we'll be back. Okay, we got the pipe in the ground right as the rain starts. And I wanted to say something. This cable, I bought it from a friend who bought it for their mobile home, and they didn't buy enough, but as you can see, it's just perfect for what we need, and worked out great. So cable runs into the pipe is in the ground, The big piece is right where we drive equipment across. And there's the dog. Hey, baby. And worked out just perfect. But boy, it was a pain in the butt. So we have just enough cable to plug into the breaker inside there. So let's crank up the backhoe, push this dirt in and knock it out, and then wait on the electrician to come tomorrow and hook it up. Okay, we use the backhoe and scrape most of the dirt back on top of the hole. Now comes the hard part, because a lot of this you just can't do with the backhoe without tearing up the rest of the ground. So shoveling all this back in, that's the tough part. So here we go.